Hey guys, Bomb Primus here, and welcome to another Dark Souls boss fight tutorial guide, alright? Today I'm going to show you guys how to defeat the mini-boss, the Hydra, alright, in Darkroot Basin. There is another Hydra in Ash Lake, but I didn't fight that one because I really didn't want to go all the way down there just to fight the son of a bitch. And anyway, with him, you can just avoid him easily, whatever. But today, I'm just going to show you guys how to defeat the Hydra in Darkroot Basin, alright? So I'm going to tell you guys what equipment you should use, what strategy you should use, how much HP, how many souls it gives you, and any other things that you should know about this Hydra fight, alright? So, with no further ado, let's start this shit. Okay guys, let's start this, shall we? The first thing you probably want to notice is that there's a body right here with a whole bunch of knight's armor, just in case if you guys don't have any knight's armor, you can get it from that dead body right there. I am using the Drake sword and everything, which I really recommend if you have it, and, you know, to fight against him, because the Drake sword is one of the best beginner weapons of all time, I believe. It's like 200 attack power and everything. It's really great. But if you guys are wondering how much HP this guy has, well, he has actually 7 heads, and each head has about 600 health, alright? So that's about 4,200 health in total. There's different ways you can actually fight this guy, alright? First thing off, I really recommend, if you have the rust ring, wear it, just for the fact that, you know, you're going to be in the water most of the time if you're going to be close range. So it really makes it easier on your player to move around and everything. But one thing to take notice about this boss, alright? First thing, in Darkroot Basin, this son of a bitch has a whole bunch of ice golems, or crystal golems actually, crystal golems surrounding him and everything, right? So I would advise you to take out those guys first, because those guys can be really a nuisance when you're trying to, you know, pay attention to the Hydra in front of you and then the crystal golems in behind, alright? I recommend maybe shoot a few arrows at them from a distance, let them come towards you, and then fight them one by one, alright? I think there's about like 4 of them or 3 of them there. Also, you just saw that water attack. That water attack, if it hits one of the crystal golems, does about half of their health. So if you want, you can kind of lure them into those water shots and everything, but take into account those water shots can do a lot of damage to you too, so be careful with that as well, alright? My playstyle here is I'm just going to be like really up and forward in personal with this guy. I'm just basically slashing his face. I know a lot of people kind of do the long range thing of using arrows or magic attacks, but I find that really more of an annoyance, just for the fact that when you're too far away from the Hydra will constantly shoot those water blasts, and since every head shoots a water blast, it'll be like 7 water shots at you, alright? So that could be kind of pain in the ass to dodge or even block, and you'd be using your flasks a lot and everything if you're doing that type of method. So I really recommend not doing that. You can also hide behind a tree, which is useful too. I've seen people do that as well, they hide behind a tree and everything. But my recommendation is, as you can see here, you can probably see the edge line where, where the Hydra is and everything, the water line. If you go a little bit over there, you'll fall and die instantaneously, obviously, because it's, it's a lake, right? So I'll recommend just staying here in the shallows where you can see still the edge. Have a good shield, alright, and maybe some good armor as well to protect you from any, misleading attacks. And basically what the Hydra does is, if you're right here in this area where I am right now, it just constantly attacks you with its heads. It doesn't really attack you with the water attacks unless you go to the grassy area, then it will, alright? So basically all you have to do is block. It comes at you, obviously the first time around it has 7 heads coming at you, so you probably might get hit a couple of times, but you should be fine. Just quickly swipe with your weapon or whatever weapon you're using, alright? And by the time you reach about maybe like 4 to 3 heads, most of those heads will be missing you, and they usually have a certain pattern. As you see there, the heads on the far right constantly hit that ridge right there. So, and that head constantly does that curving attack right there. So, as you know, at a certain point, I kind of realized, like, oh, wait a minute, son of a bitch is attacking the same place. So I kind of stayed in one place and just moved up only when to attack the heads, alright? This could kind of be a little bit troublesome for some people who don't have good armor or don't have a good weapon and everything, or good shields in general. But that's all. See, basically, he's just attacking the same place over and over. So that's what I really recommend. And the Hydra in Ash Lake is basically the same concept as well. But you want to make sure that your character's strong enough to actually take off those heads quickly. I have the Drake sword, so I do about like 100 to 150 damage each swipe, and I'm using one-handed. I'm not using 2 hands, so it's it's slightly weaker as well. So that's basically it. That's all you gotta do. All right, you can always do like right there. like I was trying to hit him, but the damn, like, there's a glitch for some reason that the heads go into the rocks. I really couldn't hit him, so after a while I was like, you know what, I really can't do this shit. This is getting annoying. So what I did was I actually took out my heavy crossbow, and just shot at it from a distance. I probably did that for a while. Right here, I was gonna run up to the head, but the head was too close to the edge of the water, and I didn't want to fall off. So yeah, just to be honest, in the beginning, this boss fight is like tough if you guys don't know the strategy. But once you figure out his patterns and what to do, well, right there, I got a lucky shot. You be able to breeze this with no problem. All right. This guy took me about like, I don't know, like 5 minutes or so. And then right there, not crossbow, I got my arrows and everything. I was like, screw this, I'm gonna shoot with him with arrows. And then I just wanted to see if he was gonna attack me. I was like, no, I can't reach with my sword, it's too small. But the head constantly kept on attacking one position. So I was like, you know what, screw it, let me see, test it out. Yep, he's attacking one place, and I just kept on shooting. I did try to see if, you know, because obviously if you get a headshot with them, you do a lot more damage. But I'll probably wasting more arrows for the fact that the head's constantly moving, and I'll probably be missing and everything. So basically right here, I was just like, fuck it, I got no more arrows and everything. I was trying to switch, but I remember I didn't have any more. Then I remembered I think I had the crossbow, which I believe I take. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, where are my arrows? And I got the crossbow, I took it out. Yeah, there you go. And then I just started shooting at it like crazy. There we go. I was trying to look for the one that had a lot, but I remember I had the heavy arrows. And that's all you basically have to do. Once you get to like a certain head, usually the head on the far right, you can't really reach it with unless you have a long weapon. I did have a long weapon, but I figured I'd just show you guys how to do it the easier way, rather than avoiding the fall, if you would, from the little area right over there in front of me. So just keep on doing that, and you should be fine. All right. To be honest, this is one of the easier bosses if you have a good shield and good armor and everything. I'm not using the rusted ring, so you really don't have to use it if you don't want to. I wasn't using it, so I was still slow in the water, but I was still able to defeat him. So that's what I gotta do. Just you do magic or arrows or whatever type of projectile weapon you have will be useful against him. And once you beat him, he actually gives you the first playthrough, you get 5,000 souls. Then the second playthrough, you get 20,000 souls. That's a big jump. Then third playthrough, you only get 21,000. Fourth playthrough, you get 22,000, and then number 15th playthrough, you get 25,000. Obviously, that's how Dark Souls works. As you play the game, as you progress and everything, and you beat the first playthrough, the second playthrough is going to be a lot tougher, and they give you a lot more souls. But then after that, all the other playthroughs are kind of very small. They only give you a couple of thousand souls more, and that's basically it. And that's how you basically beat the Hydra boss. All right. I'm wearing the Eastern armor because it's one of my favorite. I'm wearing the Havel ring as well because of the fact that the Eastern armor is pretty heavy, and I was carrying some heavy equipment as well. So that's why I was wearing the Havel ring. But you also get the Dusk crown ring and everything, and you also get a dragon scale as well. All right, so that's basically it for this guy. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you out in defeating the Hydra. I know this gave a lot of people problems in fighting in Dark Souls. I know it gave me problems in Dark Souls because I didn't know what the fuck to do. I had to look it up on like YouTube and shit and Wikipedia. But yeah, that's basically it. All right, and that's all, guys. I'll see you around, and I hope you enjoy the video. Bye. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please press the little like button down below. Also, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you want more updates on what's going on my channel, just visit me on Twitter or at my Facebook page. So, this is Spawn Primus, keep it crunchy, and peace out.